Welcome, everybody, to the interview with Dark Voices. And those of you in the chat, I will be answering any questions after I interview Dark Voices. So, welcome, sir. Thank you for
Hello.
allowing me to interview you.
No problem. It's good to be here, honestly.
It's good to have you. I know we went through a lot for this, but here we are,
Yeah.
finally.
A lot. Yes, we did.
Okay.
Um,
So, you ready?
yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, so what is the origin of your name, if you don't mind telling us? I know you've probably been asked this so many questions, so many times.
Um, well, my name, honestly, it didn't really have much background to it. It was just sort of like I didn't really think too much about the name when I created the channel like a couple of years ago. The name just sort of like popped in my head, and I was just like taking two things that go well together, like, oh, I'll call myself Dark, and what other ones should I call myself? Voices. Okay, there we go. And that's just sort of stuck with me.
Nice. I mean, I like your name because of the fact that it has the voices in it, because there's a lot of darks in the community, but the voices just give it that.
Right. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and like I don't really mind if people, yeah, some people like may be confused of I may be confused which Dark that they may be talking to. Like, like for me, you can basically call me like abbreviated or something like that, like DV or Voices, or just basically Dark Voices, or just like I don't know, Dark V or D Voices. I don't fucking care, honestly.
However they identify you, right?
Yeah.
What inspired your logo? I mean, I know I've drawn some fan art for you before, which we were very fond of, and I'm sure it's still hanging on your refrigerator. But
Yes, it is.
best fan art
um,
ever.
yeah, I know, right? Best one out there. My logo or like my avatar,
Well,
is that
your
what you're
avatar.
talking?
Yeah, your avatar.
Okay, so yeah, a little background. I'm pretty sure I've told like some people this before, but my background, right, my avatar was actually like originally it was just me in face paint, and it was all black and white. It was more like a Jack Skellington-esque kind of thing, but it was more of more of like a teenage skeleton kind of. And I had my hair dropped down, or I had my hair down and everything, and like I had my black eyes, my skeleton mouth and everything, and I just had my what was it, my sweatshirt, my hoodie, which is all striped and everything, which originally it's not actually black and white. It was actually gray and black, or well,
Oh,
it was actually black
so
stripes
that's a hoodie
with
you
gray.
actually own then.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And basically a couple months later after that, after like I started like working on this channel, my buddy Yaman TV, he actually like hooked me up. I'll be like, hey, do you want to be in a collab? You want to do a video together? I was just like, yeah, sure. And then he told me that he was gonna make my character for a video, and I was just like,
Wow.
oh shoot, thanks, man. And then like he showed me some concepts and everything. I was just like, oh shit, that was good. And then like once the video was finished, it showed my avatar. He sent me all the artwork of my avatar, and I was just like blown away by how awesome it looked. And I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna keep this. I'm gonna use this as my avatar. So if you all want to know like how I got this avatar, just thank Yaman for that. So Yaman, if you're watching, love you, bro.
I mean, we can both thank him for that because he designed my current Margbot right now,
That's
and
right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
fantastic.
he's a
Really is.
really great artist, honestly.
And he is so kind. Honestly, he's such a good guy. I was just
Yeah,
telling
he is.
everybody here earlier that he basically came to me and said, hey, I like your character and I drew this for you. And I said, oh my God, I was completely blown away that he did this. I never asked him for it. He just did it on his own. And he said that he just enjoys the idea of my character. So I will eternally be grateful to him for what he did. And I've actually linked him, guys, in the channel description right now. Because he does have his own narrating channel. Sorry, I'm fangirling a little bit about him right now.
You're fine. You're fine.
Yeah.
And just to add something real quick, this picture that you're seeing right now, this was not drawn by Yaman, but like this was actually drawn by my friend, also known as my official artist, Jelly, which she's an awesome person, and she does have a Twitter. I cannot remember right now. I believe it was like Gelatin JPEG or something like that, like Gelatin JPEG. And yeah, she does really great art, and she's a really kind person. So yeah,
Oh wow.
how it
Just the
rolls.
evolution of your avatar, right? I've noticed
Yeah,
the case with everybody's avatar. There's like this evolution process and like the change and the, refining everything. It's great.
right.
I'm happy with mine, and I know I had two previous to this one. So, and it'll probably continue to change as time goes on. Um,
Yeah.
Other than the obvious perks of, having subscribers, what do you think's really helped you on YouTube?
Really, that is honestly a good question because honestly, it's basically the support from my friends either on real life or probably online. But it mostly comes from real life people, either my family and my friends who I've told them like that I've been doing YouTube and been doing like voice acting and storytelling, and they were being very very supportive of that. I mean, at first, like they were kind of iffy because I also did some face paint on my one of my videos, and they were a little iffy about that. But then they started accepting, and they were like, "All right." And yeah, but most of all, my mother has been very very supportive of this, and like she is like yeah, she's just very supportive. She's very supportive of what I do and everything, and yeah, and also like yeah, like also the subscribers have motivated me to like to do a lot of videos, but most of all, it's just really real life friends and family, really.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's such a heartwarming feeling when the people closest to you are supportive of your projects and whatnot.
Right,
At least I've found, that it obviously all of your subs are special, but I think when your close friends or your close family support you and what you're doing, and they subscribe to you, it's like it's a little bit extra.
right, yeah.
What message would you like to get across through your videos and your channel as a whole to your subscribers?
A message.
Yeah.
Um, my message to all the people who watch, yeah, who watch my stuff and everything. My message would have to be just do what you want to do. I mean, this might sound a little copped out and a little cheesy, but it's honestly true. Just keep moving forward and everything. Um, don't let life like get you down and all that stuff. It's really and I agree, life sucks and everything, but sometimes you just gotta like get out of that dark place and everything, and just do what you gotta do. Really, always to have a positive mind. Just like try to keep out of negativity and everything. Just always be happy about life itself. Really, even if it does like bite you back in the ass, and like, um, yeah, all you gotta do is just give a positive outlook on it. Really, and yeah, and that's really what I want to give across.
Awesome. I mean, I know we say this probably in every single stream, but this community is the kindness is very prevalent in this community. It's by no means perfect, but if you want to join a group of people who are going to be supportive of you, this is a place to do it, and it's a place to keep moving forward. Because I know for a lot of the narrators, their channels have basically pulled them out of a dark place. So
Right.
I I know it's like you said, it's probably a cop out or whatever, but I completely agree with that message, and I think it's
Right. And also like with the horror community, um it just made me realize how creative you can be as a horror community in the whole, not just like narrations, but just horror in general. You can like be so creative and just have an unlimited amount of ideas that you can bring to the table.
yeah, it's true. I mean, there's no limit to how creative you can be with us. And along those lines, I was going to ask, what is a
Right.
favorite story you've narrated?
My favorite story. Oh my God. It would have to be it would have to be either like She Loves Me, or the Hangman story. Or
Why those, if you don't mind me asking?
wait, what?
Why those in particular?
Why those in particular?
Yeah.
Um, basically, like for the Hangman story that came way before the "She Loves Me, You Know" video.
Mhm.
I was actually, it was during the summer, and I was like so ready to get to do more stuff on my channel since I've done either comic dubs and I wanted to do more stories. And so what I did, I just looked up like I started looking up like randomly in the creepypasta website or the creepypasta wiki thing. And I just like looked and looked, and there was like not really good stories to read. And I found this particular one. It was called The Hangman, and it was like, I feel like, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was written in like 1902, but someone like rewrote it and put it online. And and so when I read it, I realized it was in poetry. So I was like, oh shoot, like it seems cool. And then I read it and I've read it, and like I was just like, dude, this would be awesome to like read and everything. And it was just like it basically does tell a story in rhyme, and it just gives like a really gritty and dark um yeah, just like a really dark outlook on the story, and just like you can get a visual in your mind, and that's what I love about it. I love stories that give me a visual or an image in my
Really bring
head.
that imagery in.
Yeah, it just gives you that imagery. I'm just like, oh my god, that's awesome.
Yeah, I love reading stories like that. I don't think I've read one that's very vivid like that for my channel yet, but as there just
Right,
somebody who enjoys reading, I can understand what you're where you're coming from with that. You know,
right.
when we originally scheduled or had this interview scheduled, one of the questions that I usually ask is, when are you going to face reveal? And you actually did that this past week.
I actually did that. Yes,
I
I
guess
have.
that's obsolete now. But the question now is, what compelled you to face reveal now?
What compelled me?
Yeah.
Honestly, that is honestly a hard question because I honestly don't know. I was just like, you know what? Because I had it saved on my on my one of my drafts on Twitter. So I was like, okay, I will release this eventually. And then like I think, and I did promise myself like after I released the secret project I did with you,
Uh-huh.
um, I promised myself, I was like, okay, you know what? Once the project gets out, you are just gonna reveal your face, because honestly, I just wanted to get out of the way, and I didn't want to feel so isolated. Well, not isolated, just feel more like free, really. I just want to get it out there and not just be like, oh guys, I don't want to tease, like I'll just tease you with my face and everything. Cause I don't know. I hate people that do that. I really hate when people just like tease about their face. It's just like, really? That's just kind of a really scummy move to do. You're basically teasing your subscribers, like your face, and then at the end of the day, they're like you're hyping up so much, and it just becomes a
It's like, oh,
really
look, here's a pinky, guys.
it's just like, oh man, it's just like it's such a I don't know. I just feel like I just want to get out of the way. Nothing really special. It's just a
Gotcha.
face, really.
I see. And as far as that secret project, let's talk about it because I'm really
Right.
excited about that secret project you released.
Right.
So,
Tell me.
uh, yeah, tell me. I mean, it's just I told you this before. It's one of the my favorite projects that I've ever been asked to be a part of. And for those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, there is actually a video called Darker on Dark Voices channel that is just amazing because it's not just us bringing the characters to life, it's the editing that went into it that makes it fantastic. The playing with the audio, the visuals are just amazing. The animation, because there's actually animation that went into this, guys. So if you haven't checked it out, definitely go check it out on Dark Voices channel. Like I said, it's called Darker. Um, but what inspired you to do that story?
Basically, um, it was actually because since my favorite game is Undertale, and there has been throughout throughout the past I think 2 years, I think it's been now, I think, or been about a year, I believe. Um, like there has been like a lot of like Easter eggs and secrets around that game where it's just like, oh, it's talking about this one particular character that everyone always mentions, but they don't like actually explain it. When the creator of the game actually gave a lot of like Easter eggs and a lot of secret files that you can dig up, and and then like some people made a video on it, and then like this guy named Senior Pello, I'm pretty sure some people know him. He's an animator and everything. He actually did his spin on like the whole like Gaster thing, which is that's the guy's name, the WD Gaster.
Mhm.
Um, and like it was just so good, and I was just like, dude, this is like it's both so creepy and actually well done, and there he added like some funny stuff in there too. But like I want like honestly like with the whole narration in the horror community, I wanted to give my spin on it and just be like, you know what? I want to create something big and something different that is something different in the horror community that I want to like put into the table and just be like, there you go. This is what I did. Enjoy. And just like and like I don't know, it's like I wanted since I centered around a lot of creepiness in some videos, I like I wanted to give a like a really uncomfortable and eerie vibe to it, and just like ask like people like you, the Vidith and Lord of Terror, and it was like I felt like those were the right voices to put into this and to put into this project,
It
and
was
just like play with
perfect, man. It
yeah.
was perfect. I mean, I felt unsettled when I watched it, and I was a part of this thing, and you were so secretive about it. And I'm sitting here wondering, what is he gonna do with these lines? Because guys, when he had me record for this project he was working on, he didn't tell me what it was for. He was being incredibly secretive about it, and he just said, "Look, I need you to do these lines, but I can't say more than that." I'm sitting here thinking, like, well, this is bizarre, but okay. So I sent him the lines, and he did the same thing with the other people involved. He did the same thing with Lord of Terror. He did the same thing with Vidith, and nobody really knew what he was putting together. And then I finally saw the end project, and I'm like, wow, this is unsettling, guys. Like, I feel like this guy just infiltrated my mind and planted something in it.
Wahahaha.
Yeah, and I mean, I've showed a couple of friends in real life, and they were just like, wow, man, like that's so.
Yeah, and like by the way, I just want to give a huge shout out to the guy who animated for me. His name is Superphil64, and he is so underrated. Like he literally has like I don't know, like 75 subscribers, and like when you go to his channel, you look at his videos, like he does really great animation. I mean, mostly they're all like funny and everything, they're all colorful, but he did like one or two like creepy ones. And I was just like, dude, this is the perfect guy. I need this guy. And we got in contact and we both spoke to each other in DMs. And then he was the only one I told the details of because I felt like if I just told him like no details at all, I felt like that was just gonna like mess
Yeah,
up the
he
whole
wouldn't have been able.
project.
Yeah, he wouldn't have been able to bring it to life because he had
Yeah,
to know what he was drawing for, and what
yeah.
kind of mood he was trying to create with his drawing. But yeah, it was definitely perfect. And I mean, I'm fangirling about that project a little bit, but like I said, it's definitely been one of my favorites that I've ever taken part in. And I've been a part of quite a few projects. But I loved it. I
Oh,
think
thank
especially
you.
because of the animation, that's really what made it completely special, paired with your amazing editing. So thank you for including me in that.
No problem. And thank you for wanting to be in it, even though I didn't tell you any
Even though you
details.
wouldn't tell me what you're gonna do with the sound.
You're just like, hey, can you tell me what you're gonna do? No.
Yeah, seriously.
Top secret.
So now that we're post face reveal and post secret project, what are your future plans for the channel?
Um, I have like yeah, I'm pretty sure I've answered this question like some other times that people ask me. But I will answer this again. What I'm planning on for the future of my channel or future for future videos is just mostly like I want to do a lot more new stuff like with the darker video, and I want to keep doing more comic dubs, more stories and everything, more voice acting. But like I also want to keep like bringing new stuff to the table and just be like that's never been really done before in this community. I mean, maybe some people have done it before, but like it's something like I want to give my own spin to it, basically. If that makes any sense.
No, it does make sense. So is your end goal for all of this going into voice acting, as a career, or?
Well, also like I want to do some filmmaking too as a career also. Um, because I have like done like I think one video in my channel which was the one of the Christmas videos, and I literally like used my camera and I did like some face paint and everything, and I was just like, and I had to like act obviously, and yeah, and I felt like that was one of like my experiences as like filmmaking, and plus putting my editing in there. Even though I have like other experiences with filmmaking, but I think that's something to tell another time. But yeah. Yeah.
Okay, incredibly artistic guy, Dark Voices is, guys.
Oh,
Know
stop.
that already.
No, I'm kidding.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, I mean, we will continue seeing you around with different projects. That much is evident. Um, so to close out the interview here, what has been your craziest fan occurrence?
My craziest fan occurrence.
Or have you had any?
Have I had any? Oh my God, that's honestly a hard question. Because I
Crazy can be
rarely,
anything.
I rarely have that, but I think there was this one time where, what was it? Oh, I'm trying to think. Oh God. I remember this one time, that it was like a long time ago when I used to have another account. Uh, this person just like was following me just for just because I knew another person or another YouTuber,
Hmm.
and it was just like this person like kept DMing me, kept like messaging me and everything, and I was just like, okay, this is getting weird. And like this person would like was tweet me out publicly and everything, and I was just like, all right, this is weird and everything. It just kind of made me a little uncomfortable and everything. Um, Really, that I know that doesn't seem like an interesting story, but I'm pretty sure a lot of
No,
people
I mean,
have had
I
that.
understand. Yeah, I understand where you're coming from. I mean, that's crazy, but it's also annoying. Uh,
Yeah,
I think a lot of the narrators experience that, unfortunately, because there's a lot of people who look at, the people who surround you, your friends in the community, and if you know one of the bigger names, then people start DMing you just because they're trying to get to that bigger name, and it's just
right.
incredibly
I,
rude.
I think I've actually experienced that. I'm not sure if it was actually, but it's just like I'm pretty sure everyone has had this where like people like just would just follow you because you do this and everything, but they don't actually watch your content really.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and I think
So it's around similar lines to what you were saying.
yeah, yeah. Um, where it's just like this person was DMing. Well, there's another person that DM'd me. He was a YouTuber also. He's a YouTuber also, and he DM'd me because like, he wanted to do a collab with me, and I was just, and I never got to around doing it because like I had other stuff that I needed to do, and when I when he asked me to do collab with him, and I was just like, all right, mate, like I'll probably do collab with you, but he just instantly is just like, all right, you're gonna do a collab with me. I was just like, okay. I was like, okay.
Doing it,
I don't
okay?
remember saying yes.
Just do it.
He's just like, do it. No, no, we're gonna do it right now.
There's no option. Gosh, I don't
No
know.
option.
Seriously.
So hopefully that answered your question.
No, that did answer my question.
All
I think
right,
it shed
sweet.
some light on some of the things that go on for the narrators behind the scenes, unfortunately. But yes, that concludes the interview portion of this stream, guys. Thank you so much to Dark
Woo!
Voices who
No
granted me the
problem.
interview. Glad, we were finally able to sync up
Yeah,
and get a good time for you to be able to do this. Because
no
I learned,
problem.
I mean, I know that, we're friends in general, but I learned some stuff about you that I didn't know before. So it
Oh.
was a learning experience.
Well, I'm glad this was like an eye opener for
It
you.
was. I see you completely differently now.
Holy shit.